What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the FUD that's been floating around, if there's any validity to it. And then aside from that though, potential new variations of models and what that would look like for Lucid. So I want to go over all the things that you need to know, but first make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, Lucid went down 1.65%, but after hours, that was some crazy volatile stuff. So it did have a high of 364 and then a low of 350. So going into next week should be a very interesting time. But you do see a lot of negative articles coming out about Lucid, one of which was this right here. So they are saying that Lucid going down roughly over the last 5 days, 15.76%, is largely attributed to this. And I'm sure that's outside of the broader market because the broader market did sell off like excessively, in fact. I'm sure a lot of people generally know that, but they're saying it is because in August there was only 660 units sold and just in the States as well. So they're saying that's a little bit low. July, it is estimated to be 697. So of course, all of these are estimates and only again in the States. But Lucid already said last earnings that seasonality, this will be relatively low. I don't know, maybe they are thinking about last year as well, because Lucid did say the exact same spiel that seasonality, it'll be a little bit lower. But turns out they kind of were quietly working behind the scenes and hit a home run. So maybe that's what the market is anticipating this time around. But leading up to this, we kind of knew that the numbers were going to be kind of lower, right? So I think if given all the circumstances, the best case scenario might be 2,000 for sales, for like, I guess, production / deliveries. Again, we'll just have to wait and see if they do exceed on their deliveries over production once again, getting rid of unnecessary inventory. But this is what a lot of articles are saying is one of the reasons why it's going down. And plus, a lot of people start chattering about their cash burn. Shorts are loving all this. Shorts are loving the market just taking a massive sell-off because, yeah, they can do whatever the hell they want. And over this last several trading days, you can kind of see right here, I bring this up every video. So it has been very interesting. So shorts have been just doubling the hell down. Even on Friday, they did increase 1.83 million shares. Bringing the grand total to 27.85% of the free float being shorted. And then the cost to borrow average oddly was a little bit lower. So that is just simply supply and demand. So it does show some large entities have been buying Lucid, and you can kind of tell that right here. So there has been a lot of questionable buying. So even though Lucid's been going down, like I said, 15%, you see, based on, again, the bid, the ask, and the selling price, everything that does show us an ask is a buy. So you see some good buying happening behind the scenes, but most likely a lot of these entities right here are buying it for the purposes of lending out shares. So this is why you do see the cost to borrow a little bit lower, because again, it is just supply and demand. But 249.91 million shares overall are being shorted. Utilization 93.61. Short score, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening. He is sitting at 84.66. So yeah, I think shorts definitely are once again overextended. So with Lucid participating in quite a lot of events this upcoming week, so the Morgan Stanley event, as well as their own one that they're going to be hosting on the 10th, that could be that maybe dagger essentially to really bring shorts down, hopefully. Again, I think in order to do that, they just have to do similar to what Tesla did and just get the damn job done. Just kick ass with production. And yeah, I think in general, Lucid's just stuck in limbo right now. So we'll just have to wait and see what they do say during the upcoming events as well as their upcoming earnings. But you do have a lot of rumors as well floating around. One of which is this. So Lucid Oasis on Twitter, very knowledgeable individual, seems to have a lot of good context and information that the general public isn't really aware of. So he's clearly very well connected, not complaining, very smart guy and good stuff, good context for the Lucid community, but he goes over upcoming models. So the Gravity, late 2025, we already know about that. You can kind of see that based on the picture right here. But he does bring up two things that is relatively unknown. So again, he's been right a lot of the time based on his information, but he says mid-sized sedan and mystery mid-sized model. And we can kind of refer back to this. I do this on occasion because this was Lucid's original plan. They're going out of date in some cases, but for the most part, they're doing it. And this is why we've seen a clay model of a truck randomly. No context given, nothing like that. But you do see right here that this was part of their plan. So planned pickup by 2030 or 2030-ish. But in my opinion, I think when he's talking on right here, so that planned third mid-size model, I think that is actually going to be the premium SUV. And you do see other versions of the Gravity. You have premium sedans. So I think Lucid's trying to continue to move into the high-end aspect. But as what he has brought up time and time again, Peter has brought up, that with volume ramping up, this is how they can get their costs down. So provide the same level of technology, but for cheaper. And so this is how they could do these kind of versions. I don't know why I keep clicking on that, but the planned mid-size sedan, mid-size model, and the mid-size SUV. This is how they could essentially offer those for cheaper, but again, still using the same technology. So it'll be a interesting next couple of years. Obviously, I think everyone investing in Lucid should be investing up until 2030. That's kind of matching with the PIF and their 2030 vision, because yeah, it looks like Lucid does have quite a lot of good things planned ahead of them. As far as I'm aware, I don't think they've actually outright announced these two things, so the planned third mid-size model and the mid-size sedan. But yeah, definitely interesting times ahead. Let me know your thoughts about these two new models as well as the truck. Do you think that is ever going to come to fruition, or do you think it's just going to, it's more of an idea, they're testing it out and maybe it might not pan out? I don't know. What's your thoughts on all of that? Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And one final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Link to this is in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.